Hi guys, and welcome to another quick video tutorial here on the Kiki at Manni Photography blog. My name is Manny, and today's tutorial I want to show all my beginner friends at Photoshop a quick way around Photoshop. What are the basics, what tools do we often use, and how to work in Photoshop. Now if you're an advanced Photoshopper, this tutorial will be super boring, so you're welcome to switch off. To all my beginner Photoshoppers, in today's tutorial I will quickly show you guys around Photoshop and where's what. Now I know there's a big fat book you can buy from Adobe, but believe me, I also bought that book, and after 20 minutes of reading it, I found it so boring I had to chuck it in the corner. So in today's tutorial, I just want to quickly show you guys where's what in Photoshop and what I use and how to work with it on a very easy scale, and just show you guys what is Photoshop. Okay, so let's get started with the first thing, and the first thing I'll pretty much do is close down everything. So it's just way easier for you guys to see what is where and what's going on. Now the reason why I'm also closing it down is because the first time when I opened Photoshop, there were just 1,000 buttons and 1,000 options, and I didn't know where to start and what is where. Now just to simplify things, I closed everything down now, and let's start with the top thing here at the top. You do see a drop down menu at the moment now, which is from Photoshop directly, and you've got a lot of options to choose from in here, and you've got your drop down menus, and these are pretty much just there to work around your image. They have like tools, they have got a new options to alter your image, to bring you to new tools, to bring you to presets, to bring you to just a lot of different tools to work on your image. Now next step that I wanted to show you guys is under window, you are pretty much able to call back your workspaces, your applications bars, your tools, and everything else that you pretty much need to work in Photoshop. Now let's go back to window, and the first thing we'll open is something called application bar. Now what is that? Okay, as you guys noticed here at the top, we've got a new bar now, which pretty much shows us the PS font, then bridge, we've got mini bridge, we've got some rulers, a zoom level, arrange document, screen mode, and obviously the workspaces and CS live. So what is this actually? This is just like another option bar to work around your image, to just give you guys a nicer overview of your layout that you've got at the moment. So say for example, if I'm going back to rulers, so as you guys can see, I've got rulers at the moment. If I'll go here to the rulers panel and I'm going to select show no rulers, my rulers will disappear and I've got no rulers. It's like your desk. You've just got a normal gray desk, and on your desk is nothing. So if I go back to in here and go show rulers, then I've got my rulers again, and cool, now I know how to work with it in Photoshop. Then next step that we've got in here under window is tools or options. Then we select options, and directly you'll notice, okay, we've got another bar here at the top which are options, but what is it, or what do we use it for? Now you'll just see that there's a tool here on the side, and you've got a few options to choose from, like group, show transform controls, and all these things here. Now what is that actually? Let me go back to window and select tools. Over here you've got your tools. When you open Photoshop, you will normally see all of your tools. And now have a look. If I select individually some different tools, our tool panel here, or our option panel here at the top, always changes. So I'm selecting like different tools, and all the time this panel actually changes. Now what does this mean? Okay, every tool has its own options, and you can tune or like fine tune each tool individually. So this option panel here at the top gives you the opportunity to just tweak your tool a little bit, and it will be nicer and handier for you to work with. So that is your option tool, and down here we've got all the tools. Now you've got normal tools like the first panel, then you've got advanced tools, and you've got more tools. You've got 3D tools, and obviously masking tools, your front and back foreground color. And if you like familiar with all of these tools, at the end you can also have a look on my tutorials. I actually created a tutorial how to change this tool panel thing, but for now it's just good to know that these are all your tools. Okay, and like we said at the top here, our option panel for the tools, and our option bar, and our drop down menu with a lot of new tools and other things. Okay, but we're still missing something here on the side. What is that? If I'll go back to window, you've obviously see arrange, you've got workspace, you've got extensions, and down here you've got 3D actions, adjustments, you've got color, histogram, history, tool presets, styles, and all of these things. So what is that actually? If I'm going to select actions now, you'll directly notice that I've got a whole new thing here on this side. Now this thing is pretty much called my workspace. You can save workspaces, you can create new workspaces and save them here at the top in your application bar again, and directly call it up quicker. But now, just to narrow it down, what is your workspace pretty much is that you will have different panels, you will have different things, different tools they pretty much just actually help you to work quicker and to find your way quicker around in Photoshop. So to narrow it down, these panels are all together in one big workspace, and they pretty much just help you guys to work quicker around in Photoshop, find your layers quicker, find your channels, your adjustments, your actions, your history, and so you don't always need to go up to the top here into the drop down menu and find it. So this all together makes your workspace and helps you pretty much to find your stuff quicker. Okay, so what you can also do is drag stuff together, drag all these panels together, and that pretty much creates a big workspace. Then after you created that, you can pretty much save it, and that will create your workspace here at the top. Okay, let me just quickly drag all these things in there together again. Really easy to do those adjustment panels actually, and to drag it together and everything. Okay, that comes down here. Then you can also tweak your workspaces individually and do it the way you like to have your workspace. You don't need to do it my way. This is just a quick way of showing you guys how I work with my workspace. Okay, minimize or make that just a little bit smaller again. Okay, move it over here, and now I just work with like history, actions, histogram, info, and these palettes. If you go to window, you will directly see at the front the things that are ticked off. These panels, I actually call them up, and I do have these panels outside. So if you want to get some more panels, you can adjust, like click on here, animation, and you'll directly see down here, okay, I've got a whole new panel called animation, and I don't really need it, so I'm going to go back to window and say animation off again, and it's gone again. Okay, so just to narrow stuff down, this is your workspace, and in your workspace is a lot of things that just shorten your ways up to the top and or give you access to tools quickly. Now, you will need to work a lot with this. You will always need a workspace. Then on the left hand side, tools. You will always need to work with tools. These are all the tools you have in Photoshop, and at the top you will have a few more. Now, as we said before, these are our option bar that will give you the opportunity to just tweak your tools individually. And here at the top again, your application bar to call up bridge, mini bridge, and rulers and stuff like that quickly. And here at the top is pretty much just a drop down menu that shows you a few more options. Now if I go back to Photoshop, you've got about Photoshop, about plugins, preferences, service, hide Photoshop, hide others, quit Photoshop. Pretty much like every normal program has its own bar here at the top, and you can choose from different options there. Then we've got file. In here we've got new, open, browse and bridge, browse and mini bridge, open as a smart object, and options like that, close, close all, save as, and so on. Now pretty much they are the main options, but these options in here in your application bar are pretty much also saying bridge, mini bridge, or launch mini bridge, rulers. These are small shortcuts to actually this drop down menu over here. So you can either choose from using your options in here, your quick shortcuts, or going all the way to file and selecting in here browse in bridge or browse in mini bridge. So you can choose between this or that. Okay, then we've got edit. In here is like normally, can't, undo, step forward, step backward. Now step backward is also pretty much the same like we've got over here with our history channel. So either you can work from your history channel and just do it quicker over here, or go back to step back in your edit channel. Then obviously you've got fade, cut and copy, paste, all of that, fill and stroke, which are also some shortcuts which you will find in some tools, or you can just go back to edit and use it in here while you're working in the tool. Then down here you've got puppet warp, free transform, transform, and so on. These are also many tools that you will still learn about. Don't worry if you don't understand all of it now, but in the future you will. Then obviously we've got image. Under image, you've got your mode, your color balance from grayscale to RGB color, CMY color. You've got your 8-bit channels, 16-bit channels. Then down here you've got adjustments with a lot of new adjustments. Now these adjustments work a little bit different than these adjustments, but it's also just to show you guys again, this is just a quicker way with a shortcut over here. Select adjustments, and you select that, you work quicker in your adjustments, it creates a new layer. So these adjustments work a bit different than these adjustments, but you've got options again, either work from here or work from image, go all the way to adjustments and do it over here. Now obviously you've got a lot of adjustments to choose from. Then you've got auto tone, auto contrast, image sizes, your canvas size, image rotation, and so on. A few more options to choose from again. And always what stands at the top, this is just for your image. Now this will just affect your image, so no layers or no channels or something. So if you go at the top here to layers, now this for instance just creates new layers, duplicate layers, deletes layers, and so on. Layer masks, vectors, and other nice things. Now all these options are also pretty much findable in the layer palette down here. So this is, like I said before, another shortcut. All these tools down here are shortcuts to these layer drop down menus here at the top as well. Then we've got select, which you will also find with your marking tool, and if you press right click you will also find a lot of these options in there. Photoshop has a lot of ways how to tackle something, so you can either use, like say, right click to work a lot with that, or you can work a lot through the drop down menus, or you can work a lot with shortcuts. Photoshop makes it really easy for you to find your stuff really quickly. Now under select you've got also a few options again, like all layers, deselect all layers, color range, and so on. Edit quick mask mode, which you can also access through keystrokes. If you press Q, then you get quicker into there. So Photoshop really helps you to get stuff just quicker. Then under filter, this is quite unique. Photoshop just has this filter gallery down here on the drop down menu. You can say convert to smart filters, which I showed before, smart objects. If you press right click, now this is like one option that Photoshop gave you twice, but down here filter gallery is only once in here. Liquifier tool, the vanishing point. Then you've obviously got a lot of different tools to choose from, and if you press on here, a new window will pop up. You've got a new tool to work from there, so you can try that out if you want to. Then down here, obviously, you've got a lot of plugins. If you install the plugins with presets, almost like Lightroom, if you have a preset, you can run a preset through these programs, and that will just do it quicker for you. Like I've got Nix software, I've got Red Giant software, Topaz Labs. If you guys are also keen to know more about this, you can actually go to my blog and have a look. Yeah, we did a plugin preset blog post about this. If you open it, you will see there's a lot about Kiki presets. I really love a lot of Kiki presets. We've got the Red Lab, we've got On One software, Red Giant, Nix software. All of these softwares, we've got a link to it, and most of them also have a functional 15-day trial demo. So if you want to try it out, these programs are really, really good. Some are really expensive, but I can just prefer buy stuff like that. That really helps you a lot. Okay, so back to Photoshop, and next step we've got analysis. We've got set measurement scales, we've got set data points to custom, ruler tools, count tools, place scale marker. I really don't play a lot with this. Then you've got obviously 3D. If you're a 3D guy, you can also play around in here. I never use 3D at all. Then obviously view is like your desktop again. You can do like a proof setup, you can proof colors, you can put zoom in, zoom out with these, and you've got the small options here at the back. Fit on screen, like a screen mode, what do you want? Full screen mode, half screen mode, extras, shows, rulers, all that options that we actually pretty much got in here as well at the top. Just to make it fine-tune it a little bit, you can go under view and it will fine-tune stuff a little bit quicker for you. Then obviously window, which we covered now, and help center. Then help center, you can find a lot of new tutorials in here as well. Photoshop help, Photoshop support center, and so on. You just have to be online so you can actually access that area. Okay, yeah, so that was pretty much my quick tutorial about how to work with Photoshop. Please open Photoshop, open this tutorial again and try it out, what was where, and play a bit around with all of these adjustments and see what it does. And if you guys really still have a problem with Photoshop and don't know where what is, feel free to email us at team@manniphotography.co.za, and we will be glad to help you and assist you with your questions. Now, hope this tutorial helped you guys a little bit. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Manny, and see you next week for another Technical Wednesday rundown. Thank you and bye bye.